If you're looking for the latest and greatest ways to take control of the monthly expense you have the most influence over, you've come to the right spot. Welcome to the Efficiency Insider YouCast series. I'm Jeff Julia, award-winning author and founder of Energy Project Advisors. Here it is, episode 2. Today I'm interviewing Brian Tefry at OutdoorLink. These guys are quietly taking control of all the lights, not only in the US, but across the world, with an amazing product priced so low anybody can afford it. If you've ever seen an outdoor light on during the day, well, stay tuned to learn how to shut it off from your phone.
I mean, I was getting excited just listening to you. It was awesome.
I don't realize how fast I talk. Nest thermostat for outdoor lighting.
Tell me more. Brian, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jeff.
Tell me real quick about the history, the backstory behind OutdoorLink. I think it's a really cool story. Can you tell me how you guys got started and what's happened since?
Yeah, absolutely. The company has been around for 10 years. It started in the billboard industry. So year to date, the company is made up mostly of billboards. We do pretty much 98% of the billboards in the country. Now we've branched off internationally. So 10 years ago, the owner of the company owned billboards. He sold the billboards and then figured out that there was this need to control the lights remotely for those billboards back then. So he got some people together and developed this lighting controller to control the lights. And then that just grew over the last 10 years. And then probably about 3 years ago, when we started trying to branch out into other sectors of buildings, which include property management companies and restaurants and so on.
Wait, so you guys control 98% of the billboards, the lighting on the billboards in the US?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of it's a small company, but a big niche. And a lot of that is due to the fact that in the billboard world, like a lot of businesses, there's a lot of consolidation going on to where now there's only a few companies that own a good portion of all these billboards.
Got it. Wow. And then since you've expanded into the building space, I mean, could you throw a few names out there who you've worked with and who currently have the OutdoorLink product and service?
Yeah, absolutely. As far as on the property management side, we're dealing with CBRE, Colliers, Coldwell Banker. Some of the restaurants we deal with would be a Denny's, Longhorn Steakhouse, Burger King, Popeyes would be some of the names.
Wow. That's amazing. 10 years ago, you guys were just started controlling some billboards, and now you're controlling 98% of them, working with a lot of the biggest names in the industry, really. I mean, as far as people who own and manage and utilize commercial space. That's incredible. So let's talk a little about the benefits of OutdoorLink, because unlike most people who deal with lighting or lighting controls, you guys aren't selling on projected energy savings. Your sales model is completely different, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely correct. We view ourselves as a control product first. We're trying to provide the remote access control to where you can control these lights from your cell phone or dashboard. But second to that, there is potential for energy savings. People are willing to, proactively cut their lights out now that they can control them on their own terms. But we definitely are a control product.
Got it. Talk a little more about that. You just said control lights from your phone. That's pretty fantastic. I mean, how does one control lights from their phone?
Good question. I'll give you the non-engineer answer, because I'm not the engineer. The physical box is a relay box. And inside that relay box, there's 4 relays and a cell card already embedded into the box, which then transmits to our servers within the company to handle the logon information. So that's how it's being transmitted remotely. But on top of that, those 4 relays also allow you to section off some of those building lights. So, you could divide up the parking lot lights, the sign lights, the wall pack lights, and possibly control those independently also.
Mm-hmm. So you guys have a piece of hardware that's installed at the main electrical breaker. And then based on the relays in that piece of hardware, you can actually control individual circuits. But how does that translate to a phone? Do you guys have an app?
Yeah, so we have a Android app and an iPhone app where the customer just simply downloads from the store, logs in their information like they would from the website, and then from there they can simply change the have the settings set to sunrise sunset, which the program will adjust daily for you. So no more having to reset that for a lot of people. If you deal with any photo cells, there's a program built into the box called Smart Weather. what that's doing, it's tracking the NOAA color bar scheme. So if you think of the Weather Channel and the green portions rolling within 5 kilometers of the building, it will turn those lights on. When it rolls out, it will go back off and go back to whatever schedule you had set. That's mimicking a photocell to where you don't need to worry about having photocells, the issue with photocells, and just having to deal with getting photocells for the future. It's consolidating timers and photocells.
Hey, do you guys have like some analytics with the app too? Can people like see like their trends and
Yeah, what the app will also do is it will notify you of loss of power. So if the box isn't receiving any power, it'll send that person an email saying, "Hey, the box isn't receiving power. Something might be going on at that facility." It'll also show when the box checks in, so you know that it checked in for the day. But we're getting into like power metering. If we have big enough customers to say, "I want to see what my power draw was last month," that's something they're looking to getting into.
got it? Awesome. But yeah, let's spend a few minutes talking a little bit about photocells and manual time clocks. Most buildings, the technology, which is now outdated, is and has been for some time, photocells and manual time clocks, which every time, daylight savings comes, property manager needs to reset those time clocks. And then with the photocells, once a lens is dirty or one of them goes out, it's a really high cost to actually replace or repair just that little $5-10 photocell, isn't it?
Yeah, that's correct. Absolutely. So on the timer side, what we're also selling besides control, time and maintenance savings for a lot of customers. They're not having to, if some property management companies outsource electricians and they're paying them every time, they have to simply just reset a timer when power goes out. Well, that adds up. So that would go away. Photocells, as you alluded to, not very expensive, but when they do go out and they're on a 25-foot pole, well, then that costs money to replace that when it finally goes out. So it's eliminating all of that maintenance that comes with it.
So on top of just convenience of controlling the lights from your phone, the labor savings that a business owner or a building manager can expect from the OutdoorLink product is phenomenal. It sounds like, the paybacks here, we're not talking energy savings and financial benefits, but it sounds like it would be a very, very attractive solution.
Yeah, we think so, and it's proven that, especially for property management companies, restaurants who own multiple locations, that maintenance adds up. And again, it's the time savings because now they don't have to deal with those things anymore, but also just the cost of some of these people who don't have people on staff who are just paying somebody every time, $100 or such, just to reset a timer. That for most property management companies, that's what they're doing, and it adds up.
Yeah. What are some of the misconceptions or maybe the myths you've experienced about controlling lights?
The energy savings. We don't view this product as a core utility savings product, which some people, at first when they hear about it, they think that's what it's kind of doing. Almost like it's a magical device that just saves you next month on your utility bill, and that's just not the case. Utility, to save on your core utility savings, LED lights are where people need to go. Obviously, I'm not an expert in that field in any way. We're just a control product, but with that control, if people proactively say, "Hey, I can now divide these building lights out. I'm willing to cut certain sections out at night at certain times for whatever reason," well, then there might be energy savings. But that's probably the biggest myth is, people assume that this product might save me energy, and that's not what it's really designed to do.
Right. It sounds like that's a nice tertiary benefit of utilizing the OutdoorLink.
That's correct.
What I've seen is there's this myth where people think in order to control the building lights, they need some really high dollar, fancy, expensive lighting control system. And that's just not the case. And OutdoorLink offers a really attractive solution to justify, debunking that myth, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That is our whole pitch. We're trying to be a low cost lighting controller. And on top of that, most property management companies or even larger corporations, they might have BMS systems. They might have great energy management systems that do great things, but you'll find out 9 out of 10 times they still have a timer. So they're still going to deal with the timer issue or the photocell issue because the energy management system is doing other things.
Right. Let's talk for a few minutes about technology. You mentioned the app. OutdoorLink has really led the way here. An app to control your lights. I mean, that's pretty innovative. Where do you see technology going, especially with lighting control? Do you see more and more providers leveraging just the app technology to offer a really convenient way for their customers to control lights? Are you guys working on any really innovative features and really moving that needle forward?
Yeah, I mean, great question. Yeah, I think the market as a whole is going remote access in all facets of our life. When you think of Nest thermostat, you can open your garage door. People are going to get more accustomed to and are going to want to control everything from their phone. I definitely see that. And from our perspective, yes, we're that's our biggest thing right now is people aren't buying the box. People are buying the app. Really, they're buying the ability to control it remotely, and we are proactively working on that to develop that even more. And that comes along the lines of just what else, what else can it do? What more information can it gather? People want data now, also on top of the control. They want information to tell them, whether it's bulb outage, meter reading. That's what people are going to want.
Right. Awesome. If we're looking at a plan, right, for a business owner, a building owner, they want to start controlling their energy spend. They want to start reducing it a little bit. Where in that plan would OutdoorLink fall? I mean, are you guys the first thing people should be considering? Are you guys the second thing? Or are you guys the last thing?
No, I definitely think we're right up there with the first, especially in the market we're in with property management companies who aren't really looking at major systems necessarily, but they are looking at LED lights, because what's happening is over time, the remote access control market will only grow to the point where it's just as important as saving. So they'll get used to that and they're going to want that control.
Yeah, I'm the same way. What we do is 3-step plan. The first step is control. It's average your energy spend. The second step, it's lower. You start lowering free first, low cost. And then in the third step, it's really enhancing. There's so many providers out there that are really pushing the energy audits and pushing the projects and really jamming it down the market's throat. I really love how you guys are all about control. Control. Let's control things first and do that in a very efficient and effective way through an app on your phone. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Sometimes I think about it, I think it's amazing. An electrician's going to know the value of it when it's pouring down rain and they can sit in their car and turn these lights on. All of a sudden they go, oh, wait a minute. Now that's, from a convenience standpoint, they say that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Brian, how can people get in touch with you? The audience here listening, they're obviously going to be really excited to hear about this and they're going to want to learn more. How can people get in touch with you and OutdoorLink? Yeah,
that's fantastic. Great question. The best way first would be absolutely contact me. My email address is going to be brian@outdoorlinkinc. That's inc.com. And that's Brian with an I. But also you can go to our website, which is www.outdoorlinkinc.com and find some information more about our company.
Sounds great. Well, Brian, this has been really awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Jeff, I appreciate it very much, man.
If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend. And to receive our latest episodes in your inbox, join the insiders list below. All right, man. Well, I just hit the live button. Let's give it a go and make miracles happen.
Such a simple product. That's kind of all it does right now.
Yeah. No, it's great. Solve a real problem.
All we're trying to solve is that real estate manager or that person who opens up their app and goes, all right, I want the lights to turn on. That's it. They're not electricians. They're not engineers. Even though those people use it too.
Yeah. It's an on-off switch from your phone from multiple circuits. All right, man. Well, happy Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for spending some time here on the weekend and banging this out.
Yeah, you too, man. Appreciate your time.
All right, Brian. See you, man.
All right, man, Jeff. See you.